Hello and welcome. Now in this video we are gonna learn the first thing in Kotlin, okay, as well as create some files and classes inside the IntelliJ IDE. Now guys, if you open Google Chrome, okay, and we have this try Kotlin online compiler that we talked about previously. So guys, after open this compiler online, it's by default actually did something behind the scenes, okay. So what it did, it's created a Kotlin file, then he put it some Kotlin code inside of it by default. So if you look here on the left, as you can see guys, we have this simplest version.kt, which extends for Kotlin. So any file that you see .kt, that means it's a Kotlin file. The first step it did, it's actually created a Kotlin file, and the second thing it did, it's actually put this code by default. So ignore this in the top, I'm gonna delete it for you. And here, as you can see, we have this code. So we have this one main, so on and so forth. So this is what we call a function. Okay, now a function is just a piece of code that will get executed once we call it. Okay, and we have a separate lecture on functions, so I'm gonna leave it for later on, but I'm gonna explain this fun main. Okay, now this what we called it the main function, or the main code that will get executed once the program is running. Okay, so the first step, once the program is run, this code here will get executed. And we have this args array string, we are gonna leave it for later on, but I want to focus on this print. Now the print, as the name suggests, or as the name implies, it says print, where we can print something, okay, on the screen. Now the difference between println and the print itself, the println will give us a new line. Okay, this is the main difference between them. So guys, I'm gonna click on this run button. Okay, I'm gonna go to the bottom. As you can see guys, we have this, let me resize it, we have this hello world and hello from me, which essentially what we put it here on the top. So I'm gonna, instead of hello world, I'm gonna say goodbye world. Okay, I'm gonna run it. Let's see what we get. So we get what we put it. Okay, so what we put, what we get. This is the Kotlin print statement. Okay, essentially what we did guys, we use a function that's come from Kotlin, okay, and we use it to print something. Okay, so think of this like me. If you want to print anything, you can use the print statement. Okay, that's it. So we took 3 steps in this video. We saw how the online compiler created the empty file for us. The second thing was how the online compiler put the default function for us, and the third thing was what is the print statement. Now I'm gonna go back inside my IntelliJ IDE. Okay, as you can see, after you opened it, it's look like this. We have the recent project right here. If you do not have anyone, in your case maybe because it's the first time. Now I'm gonna create a new project for you guys. Create a new project button. I'm gonna click on it. Of course it will take it will ask us some information to go with this. Okay, so I'm gonna choose Kotlin. I'm gonna click next. I'm gonna give it any name, for example learn Kotlin. Okay, I'm gonna click not Kotlin but Kotlin. Okay, I'm gonna click finish, and of course since this is okay, the name it's already exists, I'm gonna choose another name, just learn. I'm gonna click next. As you can see guys, it's just took a second for this project to build, and we are gonna see everything in action. So as you can see guys, I'm gonna here we have the interface of the IntelliJ once you opened it, and you need to ignore everything except this window where it says project, where it's contain all the files and folders for our project. So Ignore the two ones in the bottom and just focus on this learn and expand it. Go inside this source, okay, right click, go new, then choose the Kotlin class, okay, and give it any name. For example, learn first. Click on OK. So guys, what we did the first step that the online compiler did for us, which is create an empty project. Okay, now what we are gonna do, we are gonna do the second step that the online compiler did for us, which is put the main function inside of our compiler. Okay, I'm gonna type it from scratch. You do not need to understand it. I'm gonna explain it in later lectures on the functions. Okay, so just bear with me. I'm gonna type main, then we need to put the argument. I'm gonna make it an array of string, and oops, that's it guys. We have prepared the main function, which is the second step with the online compiler. Now our last step, which is our print statement. Okay, so I'm gonna just type a print. Okay, I'm gonna add some message here in the double quotation because we want to print a text. Okay, and this print guys, print function, it's actually take this string because we want to print something. Okay, so once we come to the function, because this is a function, okay, and I'm gonna prove this for you in the functions lecture, so do not be confused with what I'm saying right now. Just we use the print for print something. So I'm gonna type we are okay, we are great developers, and of course we are. Now I'm gonna run this application and let's see what we get. So to run it, I'm gonna go inside run, choose this run button and choose my file name, and of course it will take a second since this is the first or maybe the third looking for the program, that it will need some seconds to build this project. So as you can see guys here, what it says, we are great developers. Okay, so what we put it here, we get it right here. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna, instead of a print, I'm gonna type a println. I'm gonna run it once again. Okay, let's see what we get. And of course it's building the project for us. Let's see what we get. Let me close it right now, and it's still building while it says build right here, and that means it's still building. So as you can see guys, after it's finishing building the project for us, we get the same result. Okay, because we have it in one line, we do not have any other line. So guys, that was our first lesson about Kotlin. Okay, and I showed you the difference between the online compiler and the local compiler. So guys, from the next lecture, if you use the online compiler, that means the compiler will create the first file for you, it will build the main function for you, so on and so forth. But in my case, we need to create it as you saw, manually. Okay, so just to prepare everything for you guys, and go ahead guys and create new Kotlin files, put all the code, the default code from scratch, and just practice these skills because it's really important for you. We are gonna learn more and more in Kotlin in the next few videos. Thank you guys so much for watching and see you soon.